Hey there, I hope you all are doing well. So, literature review time. I hope that everybody has an idea for the observation or study proposal at this point and has decided a direction to go in. I know a lot of you are doing the study proposal, which I definitely recommend for these times since it's really hard to safely observe, though some of you have come up with some cool ways to carry out observations while distancing and being careful, so that's great. If you're still struggling, still figuring out what it is you want to do, please talk to me so that we can make sure that we have you on track. So, the literature review is the next step in the process. So at this point, you should be starting to research, if you haven't already, the topic that you are writing about. So let's say you, in a perfect ideal world, or as my husband would say, in the before times, we're going to observe people's behavior when they have to wait in a long line at the grocery store. Maybe you would look in journals about waiting behaviors, customer interactions, and see what kind of research has been done and what the findings have been. Now, a literature review is typically included in the introductory section or a background section of a scientific study, report, etc. So what you'll be doing for your literature review is finding, I recommend 3 to 5 sources. Some of you will have a lot to choose from. Some of you won't have as much to choose from, depending on what your topic is. So what the point of the literature review is to see what the current research on the subject says. So you're basically getting kind of the lay of the land, research speaking on your topic. Now, a literature review is not an annotated bibliography. It's not a situation where you give a citation and then summarize each source. It's not meant to be a thorough summary of each of the sources. What you're doing is seeing where sources intersect and where they differ. So that is why I provided you with the literature review matrix from NC State. I find that document pretty helpful, both in its explanation of literature reviews and its example of filling in the matrix. So what I recommend you do is in your research, look at the points that you see come up. Everybody researching a topic isn't going to say things the same way. They're not going to talk about the same things, and they're probably not all going to have the same findings. They're at least going to have different slants on the topic. They're going to come at it from a different angle. So what you're doing in the literature review is figuring out what they're saying, what is the general thought on the topic, what has been found, what has been studied. You may also identify gaps in research, things that they haven't talked about, things that should be talked about, and that may also help you inform your observation or your study. So don't stress. The idea here is to give the lay of the land of the research. So you'll need 3 to 5 sources. If you're going the proposal route, you may want a little more since you're laying a little more groundwork. So if you have trouble finding sources, please let me know or let the librarians know. It may be something as simple as tweaking your search terms. I'm also going to copy over some library tutorials from some of my other classes. So for any of you who maybe missed out on that, if spring was crazy, and I know a lot of folks in this class took English 111 in the spring, so I can see how some of that may have gotten missed. I'll copy those in as supplements to help y'all out. So short and sweet, literature review, man. It's going to be all right. Also, keep in mind, I'll give you feedback on the literature review, of course, and then the literature review will be incorporated into the introduction of your observation report or your study proposal. So this is a stepping stone. This is not something you do and then it goes away. This goes into that document. So it will help you create the introduction for your social science project. So if you have questions, if you need help, please get in touch. I am here to assist, and I will be back soon with another film.